Hello, everyone. It's actually amazing to be back here for episode number 4. Before everything else, I would like to introduce you, Duarte.
Hello.
He's he's been always behind the cameras. Actually, he's been in Portugal, to be honest.
Yeah, most of the times.
So he's joining me today for actually hosting these two amazing guests that we have here today. And yes, let's just move on. So, and this episode is all about action, it's all about risk and figuring things out because we are talking about entrepreneurship and actually young students that are just pursuing their ambitions.
Exactly. Today we're talking about something that not a lot of students, well, a lot of students think about, but not a lot of them actually do go forward with it. As Wilcar just said, entrepreneurship. So it's basically all about starting ideas, testing the ideas, failing them, then pivoting to some other tests. And all of this while being a student must be pretty tough.
Yeah, I agree with that, and they definitely agree also. But after all, it's not about success; it's about the learning journey that they actually have, because they took action, they tried, they failed, and they learned, and they're here today with us.
Yes. So if you ever had an idea and thought, well, maybe I'll start later or when I'm ready, this episode might just change your mind.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So we have here Pedro from Erasmus University, and we also have Jakub from Rotterdam University of Applied Science. Yeah, then we are glad to have you here, guys.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, we have here two different universities, so I believe two different journeys. But they do have one thing in common. So they actually went ahead and took action in their entrepreneurship ideas. Again, while being a student. So
Yeah, so we didn't actually introduce you, and we kept these questions so you guys can talk about yourself, because I think no one else better than you to actually introduce yourself to the people that might be listening to us right now. So, how do you present yourself today, Pedro?
Well, my name is Pedro. If I was just introducing myself to someone else, I would just say, "Hey, I'm Pedro." But given that we are in this context and giving a little bit of background on me and my business, I did my bachelor in business administration in Portugal, and when I finished that bachelor, I started working in consulting, and I didn't really love it, so I started a business on the side about public speaking coaching. And as soon as that business started to take off, and I could have a more better results from that business than from my job itself, I quit my job and I did that full time. And then I pivoted my business into social media marketing. Recently, I came here to study in the Netherlands because I really enjoyed the business that I had in Portugal, but I figured I could create something bigger. So I wanted to go into a bigger stage. And that's why I came here to do a master in business analytics. And I'm now starting an app as well.
Yeah, I sense that you've been actually taking big steps, big decisions, like quitting your job. Man, how would you do that in the world? Like just quitting your job and just follow your passions. Does that define yourself somehow?
I mean, to be honest, I feel like there's a very common conception of entrepreneurs who people who are very risk prone. They're not very risk averse. They like to take risks. I don't think I'm in that category, to be honest. I'm a very conservative person when it comes to take risks. So when I was doing my job and I wasn't enjoying it, I gave my all so my side business could become my main source of income. And as soon as that happened, I quit my job and I didn't feel like it was something risky that I was doing because, again, I had a safety net behind me. If I didn't, I wouldn't have done it. And the same thing here, I am taking this step, which is also a risk, because I know I have built the skills to also build something now. If I hadn't done that, maybe I wouldn't be taking this risk. Yeah. But if you would ask me if I would like to be more risk prone, I would 100% tell you yes, because I think long term taking risks will always be better and bring more and more scalable results than not taking them.
Nice, amazing, man. Like, glad to meet you, Pedro.
Likewise.
So, Jakub, the same question goes for you. Like, the Jakub from 2 years ago, it's different from the Jakub that we have today in this room. How do you present yourself?
I have one simple explanation of who am I. So I always say I'm not a thinker, I'm not a dreamer, I'm a doer. So that's the kind of thing that made me do extra stuff while studying, because as well I could just have normal job for a student and study and do my things, but I cannot wait. I have these ideas in my mind that I want to execute, and I cannot wait. I just do it. And there were a couple of things. Like the whole thing started with my business after my internship. So first things first, my internship was very fruitful time, but also I couldn't just go there and do simple things, do the tasks, and that would be it. So I also talked with people. I created a network. I worked with the top management of the company. I was also lucky, but I wasn't standing behind the camera and not saying anything. It was just after all the meetings we had conversations. So this kind of stuff led me to meeting more people, having these connections, and then that's how basically I started my business. So one of the vice presidents from the company, we created a podcast together, a very short one because from my initiative. And long story short, that's how it started off.
Yeah. I actually see a journey here. So nothing is easy, and you've come here. Definitely, there is a lot of experience in your bag, and we're glad to have you here, guys. And now we're moving to one of our favorite segments. Like personally, that's my favorite segment. So that's on you, Duarte.
Yes, of course. So now it's time for what we like to call Let's Get to Know You. So we have a little game for you, and the rules are simple. So we want for each of you to share 3 things about yourself that people would never guess if we wouldn't have the guts to ask you.
I like the gets part.
Oh, yes. So let's start with Pedro. Do you have anything already prepared to tell us?
Do you want me to say the 3 things already? Do you want to go like one by one? What's the play here?
Well, you can go one by one and start explaining why people wouldn't know that.
I think it's hard to find stuff that you wouldn't have the guts to ask me because I'm a very open person. So I thought about the things that I think most people wouldn't really know about me. I think one of the first ones that always comes to my mind is that I've practiced a bunch of different sports. I've done karate, swimming, Latin dances, kickboxing, tennis, fencing, and another one which I don't remember. So that's something which usually most people do not know. You want a second one, or?
Oh, yes, please go for the second one. Because if you cannot remember your sports, well, this is going to be great.
The second one, actually, now I have short hair, but I used to have hair all the way to my shoulders, and it looked very, very bad, as you might imagine. And the third one, and keeping in tune with the theme that we're talking about here, I never really thought about being an entrepreneur until very recently. Very, very recently. I did my bachelor with the full idea of having a great career in a company that I enjoyed and doing the work and being extremely happy doing that. And that was my idea until I started doing that actual work. So it's actually quite new to me. I'm not one of those people who, since I was a little kid, wanted to have my own business. That was not the case. It's very recent, and I'm also learning a lot, and that's why I'm excited to talk with you guys and also learn from other people as well.
Nice. Do you think that your hair affected your entrepreneurship career?
Yes, I realized that if my hair wouldn't bring me any girls, so maybe money would, and that's why I started entrepreneuring.
Of course, like any other reasonable man would do. So, Jacob, can we know some things about you?
Well, if you had guts to ask me, I would say I'm a very caring person. When I have friends around me, I'm very caring about them, and that's kind of the thing that also I look forward in life. I just care about things that I want to do for myself. So I care a lot. But on the other hand, so that would be second thing, I'm kind of fearless when it comes to these things. I care, but to a certain level, I just want to do things and not care about the road, but care about the outcome. So I'd say it's one of these things. But the third thing, I don't really have like a specific third thing. I'm also like you, a very open person. I say everything that I feel like I don't have big limits to what I say. But I could say that I like jokes a lot. I like comedy. I like doing stand-up. So that's kind of the third thing. Like I would say it's
Have you done stand-up?
yesterday. Yeah, I had my
That's
first
so
open
cool.
mic.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
amazing. Where was that?
It's in the club nearby, in the comedy club. 2 hours, 12 comics. We had a great night. I had 5 minutes. I was prepared for 8, so I also had to freestyle a bit with how I speak, what I say. I think my set was quite different than all the other people, so I'm pretty happy. I killed with it. It was fun night. I want to do it more. So
That's so cool. Was it your first time doing stand-up?
I was learning my first time. Yeah,
Oh, bro, that's awesome. That takes a lot of guts.
Yeah.
that's the thing. Yeah,
Oh, that's so cool.
yeah.
No, that's actually very interesting because I've also been for the first time in a stand-up comedy show in the Netherlands, and it was just amazing because they always give the opportunity for young like starters.
They
to
really
also, yeah, take the stage and also do their shows, and actually that's amazing. I kind of like it also.
No, the atmosphere was really amazing. The people
Yeah.
there, also a lot of newcomers, people that were doing stand-up for 5 months.
Yeah.
But I was just
Yeah,
entering
yeah.
and
But,
straight up going
that's
on the
fine, that's
stage.
fine. It's about taking the first step. I believe that.
Indeed,
Yeah.
indeed. So I'm now, if anybody from a comedy club is looking for freelancers comics, book me.
That's actually taking opportunities, and that's amazing, man. That's exactly what we're here for. And actually, we're gonna move to the beginning because everything has a start. Just like going to a comedy show for your first time, it's the same thing with entrepreneurship. So you all had a start, and we can travel back then. And I would like to ask you what actually made you start. Like when you quit your job, what made you start something else?
Again, I didn't quit my job and start something.
Yeah.
I started because the business was going well. But I would say the main thing that made me start a business, because again, I didn't have any intentions of starting a business when I ended university. I was full on in my mind set on having a career and just working, having my 9 to 5 and being happy with that. What happened was I had my first experience actually working for a company, and it was the 9 most depressing months of my life, for sure. And it wasn't because the company was bad, it was a great company. It wasn't because the team was bad, it was a great team. Like, I love the people there. But every single day, I remember, like, arriving home and being, like, super burned out, even if I hadn't done anything. And just disappointed with what I was doing. And I would wake up and I didn't want to get out of bed because I know what the day expected. And then I started realizing, damn, like, this isn't like right now. This is something which I am going to expect for the next 40 years of my life. And that scared me so much. And I think in most entrepreneurs' journey, it isn't really a matter of taking a risk, because in my mind, it felt so much riskier to like stay in my job than to do something different. It felt so much riskier.
I can see that. And we talk about start, and I think people actually, they don't visualize. If you don't, for example, give an example, or just tell us, for example, what was your first idea in this case, so we can also visualize it.
Okay, I think it's super important, just like Jakub said, like to take action. Action is the most important thing. Like, I hate it when people tell me they're about to start a business and I ask them 2 months later, how's the business going? And they're still thinking about it. Like, that annoys me, because you're not doing yourself a favor, and like this becomes a habit in your mind, and that's dangerous. For myself, the first action that I took, business related, was that I started posting on Instagram and TikTok. I just posted a video. And looking back, it's like, okay, I just posted a video, but at the time, it was so scary. Because your friends are going to see the video, and your family is going to see the video, and you're not going to do a good video because it's your first video. And that scared me, like, immensely. But I decided, man, like, this is scary, but, like, just doing my job is scarier, so I'm going to do it. And now, like, I post videos every day, and I don't care.
Yeah,
And,
and what was your first business in this case?
My first business was public speaking coaching. So I basically posted a video of myself, like, explaining a technique that you can use in public speaking. And I just posted videos and videos and videos. And at one point, like, I had one of my followers reach out to me because I was too scared to, like, sell services. One of my followers reached out to me and was like, hey, how much do you charge for consultation, like to help me with my public speaking? And I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like in my mind, I thought, I don't know, but like, I was like, 40 euros. And he was like, okay.
That was nothing I could say. That was nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Definitely nothing.
Nothing.
But still, it
but
was
like,
a start.
Bro, like from all the money that I've been able to do, like with entrepreneurship, no money has felt better than those 40 euros. I can assure you. It was
I
like,
can tell that.
like this works, you know?
Yeah.
And then like I started to figure out how I could get more customers. And then when the ball started rolling, I of course raised my prices. And then like the business took off and I was like, okay, like I enjoy doing this. Like I spend the whole working day looking forward to create more content and get more clients. As soon as like this overtakes my current salary, which was in Portugal, so that wasn't very hard to happen, I quit. And
Amazing.
that's the story.
That was definitely a start. And Jakub, you have the same question. What made you also start something instead of just thinking about it?
No, before I go to, hop into this question, I just want to say, man, I would like standing in front of the mirror because what I did, how I started, it also connects to the question, is the same. Also, because I have my background in public speaking, right? So,
Oh, damn.
so I started as well recording myself. It was very rusty. It wasn't perfect at all, but I was just speaking about how to speak in public. That was the only thing I knew, and it was like different than like common sense stuff. So that was the start of my whole thing with it. So
I'm
1 to 1, exactly the same. This is insane.
This is definitely a connection here.
Yeah, and the public speaking, it connects people. But for a start, it's amazing. And even though my first 30 videos were trash, they were terrible. I had fun, even though I had fun recording them, but they were not good at all. But at the same time, with the time I spent on it, it got better, bit by bit, step by step. It was getting better and better. And then, what was the question again?
Oh, yeah, exactly. So, like, what made you actually start something instead of just thinking about it, you know?
Yeah, so that was the thing, because when I was working during my internship, I had, of course, 7 hours of work per day. But then after work, I couldn't sit on my ass and just do nothing, right? So I decided I will just keep recording more videos. I will just keep doing it. I will just increase the quality, make it better. So I arranged my studio in Germany to make it look more like a semi-speaker studio. It was very fun process putting like the bed covers on the side to have better light and all this stuff. So I had actually some time to understand better what I was recording about.
Yeah.
I increased the quality. I started doing like a more montage videos with more angles, more stuff. I did one video for RBS where I speak about my internship. By some mistake or luck, I think it was more luck than a mistake, I asked the CEO of the company, because we had a recording for him. He was speaking about the change in the company, and after the recording, in a split second, I came to him and asked, "Could you record with me a very short video saying, speaking that I'm from this school and we are working together, and we can shake a hand?" And that was like a first thing that I had something to base my videos on. I was, for me, it was a big achievement. Yeah. And then because of that, I made this connection with the CEO. I was also being on better terms with the other workers, and we had fun speaking about I had these balls to go out to the big boss and speak with him. But then the other guys that I had good time with in the company were there, and we were discussing stuff, and I started speaking with this guy that I'm working right now with, who's my client, who I'm making videos for, and I asked him for an interview too. Just very little thing. By some little mistake, we made this great connection afterwards. We made 5-minute interview together, and it just went straight up for full collaboration in business together. So it was very lucky. It was, I think, the small percentage of this happening was very, very lucky for me. So that's how I started making content for him.
Would you say that was where would you say that's the moment where your idea came a reality to you?
Well, basically, yeah. It was more like I wasn't pushing to make something out of this connection with this guy, great guy, Garrett. If you're watching this, you're an amazing person. And because he reached out to me. He reached out to me to say, like in your case as well, hey man, I like what you do. I know what I know. Let's do something together.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, the most basic way of how the business starts in our case. And yeah, that was really a start of something bigger.
Like here, I need to say something because this always comes to my mind. First of all, insane that you also started with public speaking.
Right.
That's so cool. And on the second part, you keep saying that you were lucky. And I really love this definition of luck by Naval Ravikant. Like, if you know the guy, he's amazing. And he basically like says there's 4 types of luck. I won't get into it, but the second type of luck is luck by motion, which means that you can basically expand the surface area where luck can land. And by posting videos, you're effectively expanding that surface area. Like, the people who know you before you created videos was a very small circle, and after you start creating videos, the circle expands. So the probability of someone reaching out to you also expands with that. So you created your own luck, and like that's the amazing part of social media, and why I think like everyone should be posting content, and content is the future for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
I also agree with that.
Well, the luck in action is what I do in life. I think that's the explanation of who am I. Just luck in action.
Well, it's amazing. Like if you create your own opportunities, you know, and I think most people already have like a bunch of opportunities around them. It's just like a matter of taking them. Like a lot of people in your position would have not have talked with the big boss about like having the opportunity to speak with him, you know, and that's something which wasn't something that you need to pay for. It's not something that you need to have any special characteristics to do.
For him, it's 2 minutes of his life.
Yeah.
Not a big
You just
deal.
need to go for it. And if it doesn't work out, like the cost is literally zero, but we're still scared. And I
Yep.
think like when you overcome that, like life opens up.
It's like motivational speech. There are no limits.
Clip
Well-
this, guys.
Now we are going to social media, not only you. Well, you both talk about social media and how your videos were rubbish in the beginning, and now you feel like you improved a lot. Well, I would like to ask you, how do you feel about your videos now, Jacob?
Well, 100%. If I were to record this stuff right now, again from the start, just that I say the same thing, but I would change every single thing about how I recorded it. Oh my God, I would change everything. Now, also for what I edit for Garrett and how it works and how it looks right now, yeah, it's different world. There's like not a comparison of how it looks, sounds, and feels. And the music that they add to it, and of course I'm still getting better. It's just my first. I started making content like 2 years ago almost, and now I can see each half a year how it's different. So of course I'm way more happy right now with how it looks, but I'm also 100% sure. And if we talk in next year, that'll be again something completely different. So I love it now, but I'm aware it'll get better as well.
Yeah. And Pedro, would you even change anything?
My videos are weird, man, because the way that I record videos has changed a lot, and I think the way that I do them isn't that important. I think what changed the most and brought the biggest results is the process that I go through for deciding when I'm going to record. In the beginning, I really tried to be original, and specifically like for creating content to get leads and get new clients, I think that you shouldn't be original. 100%. I think you should look at your competitors, see what they are doing, look at the videos that are performing well, and just copy that. 100%. No one cares. Bring your own spin to it, of course. Like, don't be an absolute copycat. But the thing is, like, it's through copying that you become a master. Yeah. When you're in school, like learning how to write, what's the first thing that you do? You copy the letters. Yeah. Exactly, letter by letter. You do the A 100 times, you do the B 100 times, you do the C 100 times. You copy full texts, and then you start writing.
And even sometimes there you cannot write properly.
Yeah, you see, like, you need to first copy before you can master. And I think that's one of the best ways to do it, and that's the process that I take to most of my videos.
Like in a strategic way, would you call that copying or benchmarking?
I would call it stealing. There's
Straight up
this,
stealing.
there's this amazing book called Steal Like an Artist,
Yeah.
which talks about this. And all of the things that you think are original are not original.
No, definitely.
They're all influenced by other authors that were influenced by other authors. And you just need to be like a combination of your favorite authors.
Yeah.
And if you steal from one person, it's plagiarism. If you steal from 100, it's original.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Unless if you are a physicist or a mathematic person or something like that, then you can create a new formula and something like that. But when it comes to ideas, it's very difficult nowadays to actually have something very original. And I stand to where you stand in this case. But
No, actually, when I started doing my things, I was not looking at anybody online. I was just the gut feeling that I had about what I want to say and what I want to do. I copied nobody. I mean, what's the difference between persons putting out content online with just speaking face in front of the camera? But that was my mistake, what I would say, that I haven't copied somebody's idea for the content for a specific format, because the formats are the thing that are ruling right now. If I had it more strategized, that would be way better. I would grow much faster. But I'm also proud of how I did it, because it was purely what came out of my brain, what I thought about during the day. That's what I recorded. So that's like the different approach. So I just wanted to add.
Yeah. I agree. I think like you should have a mixture of both,
Yeah.
Like there's a 100% formats, and the algorithm does push for more stuff than others, like in TikTok, Instagram, and so forth. But it's to bring in your own special flavor that you create your brand, and brand allows for higher prices, allows for better recognition, and that's also a super important part of business, which I would say you're probably better at than me. Like I really like to copy now.
Yeah.
Because it works, but there's of course a ceiling.
Yeah. But again, now, it's true. But now, guys, this was absolutely amazing. We've had really good insights, and we're gonna do something interesting with this episode. We're gonna have two mini episodes of the same episode, just because you guys had a lot to share with the amazing public. So amazing! Thank you. Until next time.